Okay, guys, so we are tracking the severe weather in Florida right now. Um, they do have a tornado warning here. So let's see, valid from 11:20 to 11:45. So the tornado warning for this portion of the storm, let me see if I can turn the warning off so you can kind of, I'm looking at the velocity radar at the moment. So let's go to the high def and you'll be able to see it a little bit better. It's that little guy right in here in this area, indicative of a rotating thunderstorm in here. So let me see, turn these off. Okay, let me go back to the reflectivity and see the deep green here where it kind of bows like this, and it's in this general region here that we're looking at. And so it would be moving directly. It's moving pretty much directly right now to Tallahassee, moving in east-northeast pattern here. So that means that everybody in these areas, you know what I mean, everybody east of this line moving up into Tallahassee within this warning zone, you definitely need to be ready and be prepared. Pay attention to your warnings that they're putting out right now. Because this is a serious weather risk that they're having right now. So let's go back to the high def radar so that we can see exactly what's going on here. And I mean, really, it's the agitation of this entire system right here in this area is going to be causing a lot of severe weather. As you can see, the lightning, patterns and everything that are down. Surprisingly, more south into this section of the storm here, you don't see it too much in this area of the storm where we're having the warnings right now. The blue box around the tornado warning is the severe thunderstorm warning. And that most likely is going to be a thunderstorm. You know what I mean? That's what was there at first, but then now the tornado warning came up. So this is for southeastern Gadsden County in Big Bend, Florida, southwestern Leon County, Big Bend, Florida. Thunderstorm capable of producing a tornado 7 miles southwest of Midway, moving east at 30 miles an hour. Hazard tornado. Radar indicated rotation. So that means there is a rotating supercell there. And it's this wind shear. The way the wind shear is coming in right here from the west and it's merging with this wind shear from the south, this is going to cause a lot of rotation. And with the heat, with the warmer temperatures and the moisture in these areas down here, I actually can show you that. So let's look at, well, we got the fronts. Yeah, and the fronts this front is kind of pushing this along as well. So temperatures, we're still looking at 56 here in Albany, Georgia, 62 down here on the coast, 70 down here further, getting warmer, you know what I mean, in the central part of Florida here. Excuse me. So, these warmer temperatures mixed in coordination with the moisture is going to cause a lot of convection issues. So you're getting with the wind shear being a supporting factor there, it's making a lot of this rotation possible. So we are, it looks pretty close outside of Tallahassee. Everybody in Tallahassee, if you are seeing this, everybody in Tallahassee needs to get in their safe place in preparation for the storm. It is moving east directly at you. So definitely find your evacuation plan, get your family together, get into a safe location just in case this has touched the ground, which there is no indication of that as of yet. So we are still looking at the rotation here. And in these deeper green kind of sections, we can kind of see what's going on. So it looks like we are getting some lightning in there when I definitely play the animation. There is a little bit of lightning in there. I don't know exactly how much, but let's see where we're at right now as far as the lightning. Well, actually, it won't. This radar won't tell me the same way. Let's look at reflectivity here. Okay, so yeah. So there is definitely some rotation that's going on in this section here, moving towards Tallahassee, and then the storm kind of curves right here, you know what I mean, where you got all the rain and all of the stuff that's northeast of it, sitting of it, and that's moving directly at Tallahassee right now. It's moving directly east right there. So this is a system to be concerned about and to be aware of just at this moment in time. So, and that tornado warning seems to have been extended over the entire portion of Tallahassee right now. Tornado warning, National Weather Service. So this is southeastern Gadsden County and Big Bend, Florida, northwestern Jefferson County and Big Bend, Florida, southeastern Leon County and Big Bend, Florida. So this is, let me see here. It is now moving at 55. It's moving east at 55 miles an hour, which is pretty quick. Severe thunderstorm capable of producing a tornado. So this is radar indicated rotation. Impact flying debris will be dangerous. We all know how that works. Get into a safe place now. And you need to get into your evacuation location somewhere where you will be safe. If you have a shelter or a basement, you need to take shelter right now. This is a dangerous situation. So other locations are going to be also impacted by this tornado or this thunderstorm, this rotating thunderstorm. Bradford, Ralford Greenway, Cody, Macon Community Park, Gather, Community Center, Lake Munson, Tallahassee Memorial Hospital, 8 Mile, Pond, Thomas City, and Killearn Estates. All these people within this range of this warning, they need to take cover now and get to a safe place. Get your family, get your loved ones, get your evacuation plan together. These warnings are coming, and this storm is moving rather quickly, I might add. So, all right, we already know that the warnings are there. Let's take this out here. So this portion of the storm right here is kind of the area of interest where you're kind of getting these little indices of rotation here where it bends in like this. You know, this looks to be where the inflow notch would be in this kind of situation. So it's really this guy right here that we're looking at, and then the rest of this is attached to the storm. But this is where centralized, this is where you're going to get your location. So really we're looking at right now the southwestern portion of Tallahassee right now, coming up directly, it looks like directly at Tallahassee International Airport. So if you guys are at the airport, if anybody is at the airport or within the south side of Tallahassee, you need to take cover now. The storm is moving very quickly. It's moving very rapidly. Now, yeah, the shape of this entire thing has changed. So you're getting this curvature right here with this kind of, you know what I mean, upside down L-shaped notch right here. And this system is moving rather fast, and there is a significant amount of rotation in this. This is a serious situation. Please take cover now. And it still looks to be moving at a straight eastward motion. I'm just looking at the entire storm situation here. So playing this, I'm looking at the lightning indices that are south of it. There's not too much lightning within, you know, embedded within this storm itself that is hitting Tallahassee right now. I mean, I'm assuming, with this marine warning down here, it just, the moisture and everything is going to be a lot heavier in, these regions over the Gulf and everything, which is going to naturally cause a little bit more lightning and things like that. Um, we are looking and tracking this situation here. So this thing is this storm, as it's saying, it's moving at 55 miles an hour, which is a pretty decent amount of speed moving eastward with the wind shear. This wind shear is pushing it, you know what I mean, along when it isn't just the wind shear from the south that's coming up this way, but the wind shear from the west is kind of, you know what I mean, making it move a little faster, I think. And while I may not be the best at knowing this stuff, I know enough to try to help you guys out and informing you of what is going on here. This tornado warning will be up until 12 p.m., so noon, 11:34 to 12 p.m., 17 minutes remaining on the warning. So this is what we are looking at right now. We're still getting, until the radar updates, we're still getting, so you can kind of see as the radar plays along, you can kind of see that rotation in there, the way that it's forming up. You can see that it's rotating on the nose end of this, this little tail that's sticking out here is where you're getting the bulk of your rotation in this. And with the kind of battle zone here sitting northeast of it, that is that's stringing it along to the east at 55 miles an hour. It's moving pretty quickly. It's accelerated within time here. So yeah, they're saying 44 in this, which is probably not too far off. But right now this thing is rotating pretty decently. So if no tornado is on the ground and you have a rotating thunderstorm here, you can definitely bet on at least some high winds in Tallahassee. So make sure you're aware of that. Make sure you are not out and about while this is going over your location. You definitely have to be in a safe place in case there is some sort of winds that are attributed with this. You're going to have some things flying around, possibly some trees coming down with the heavy torrential rainfall. You're going to have some things flying around. You don't want to get your vehicle damaged with you in it. You don't want to be injured by any kind of flying debris or anything like that. So please, yeah, you need to get in a safe place before this comes around. Yeah, so this light green section here, you can kind of see the way this is whipping around. These lighter shades of green. You can kind of see the speed and the power that is kind of whipping around here in this rotation. And I mean, it's pretty clear. Tallahassee, you are in it. Tallahassee International Airport is right at the nose of it right here. And so this is where obviously there is probably a meso attributed with this. So this is probably where your mesocyclone is going to be. This is these RFD winds and things like that are whipping around back here. These little streaks that you see beaming off of it. You know what I mean? With a pretty sizable and knowledgeable, it looks like inflow notch where you're getting this air from the south that's just being sucked into it and vortexed into it here. So this is pretty pronounced. So if you are on the south side of Tallahassee, if you are in Tallahassee in general, you should be in your safe place. As soon as that warning came out, you should be in your safe place now. You should be taking cover and be in a safe place. This is a dangerous situation. So you can see the movement of the storm in the high def radar, where it's just moving pretty much straight east, being pushed by that wind shear that is coming from the northwest, and it's just being kind of strung along at a pretty high rate of speed for a storm. So this is definitely a dangerous situation here. So we're still looking at this warning. Don't know if they. So we got 12 minutes left on the warning. 12 minutes left on the warning. This storm is at Tallahassee Airport currently. Yep. Still the same thing. Still getting those winds whipping around the back end here. And things like that. Still getting the rotation quite heavily. I don't see any. I don't see any. So you're getting a little bit of that red that's in there, indicating the rotation. So, and this is right there in the middle of it. So south side of Tallahassee, in line to the east or in line at any point with the International Airport. It is moving straight east down your line. So we're looking down pretty much 371, 373, 61, that entire area right there, Blairstone Road. It is moving down that location across the 2205 to Spring Hill Road. It is moving down that General Avenue right there to the east, and so I wish I could kind of put an arrow in this, so to speak, here, so that you would be able to see it. But it's I believe you could see my mouse cursor, but it is moving. It is going to be moving straight across the airport, across 2205 to Spring Hill Road, going east, moving across the south side of Tallahassee. And it's not going to be too much different for this section here that's in the northern part, in the central part of Tallahassee. You're going to get strong winds here, strong overlaying winds. It's going to get, there's definitely a possibility for very, very heavy rain, possibly some hail, definitely some debris, some trees and limbs may come down. So it is a dangerous situation. Make sure you're under cover. Make sure you're definitely in shelter. Yeah, so you can definitely see that rotation as it approaches Tallahassee now. That heavy rotation that's going on here, moving to the south side of Tallahassee. Looking more like it's moving slightly to the southwest, or to the southeast, excuse me. Looking a little bit more like it's kind of shifting to the southeast, but not very much. Not enough to say it. It seems like it's moving a little bit still to the east, rather than to the southeast. But it will be moving east across the southern portion of Tallahassee. Okay, so now we got this red right in here, and that may mean that we might have one that might have something on the ground. But this is right at the radar right now. This Doppler is where I'm plugged into to see this velocity radar. So that might be interfering with that. So let me see. I know that we have another station. It's kind of far away, so we're probably going to stick with this for the moment. Yeah, that is what's kind of goofing up and making that curvature notch into the storm there. So let me see if I can go to KVAX. Just north just northeast of Valdosta and see if I can plug into theirs. There we go. Okay, so theirs is showing me with the relativity radar here. We can't see it as pronounced as the Tallahassee radar was showing us, but now we can see a little bit of, yeah, this red that's in here, which would indicate the heavy rotation in this storm. I don't see anything in the middle that's signifying debris cloud, but it may be different here. But this radar is not going to show me as accurately because it's going to, a farther distance here. But let me plug back into Tallahassee and see. And it's just, yeah, this kind of curvature around the radar is what's kind of goofing up the image here a little bit. But that red right there indicates there's more of it directly over the radar right now. And that is indicating the heavy rotation in the supercell right now. Let's go to okay, so this little red guy right here is where we're getting the centralized portion of this storm that is still continuing to move east across the airport, as it hasn't moved across it fully yet. Looks like the tornado warnings were extended. So this was the first one at 6 minutes remaining on that warning. And then now a new one with 36 minutes remaining on the first warning. And then this one, the new one, 35 minutes until 12:30 p.m. So there is a very good chance that there is one on the ground. I can't fully see it from this location from where I'm at here, but I'm going to check some other radars that I have that I look at on the internet to see what is going on with that, to see if there's anything else that we can see that maybe we didn't see before or we couldn't see before. So let me turn warnings off here. Wow. Okay. The south side of Tallahassee is what we're looking at right here. It's a very good chance this may have already been on the ground. So I'm going to go ahead and look at some of the other radars that I have that I look at on the internet to see if I can see anything that maybe I can't see here. For instance, the Weather Channel has a free radar that you can see that that shows a lot of really good information. Quite frankly, a lot of very good information. So we're gonna go and I'm gonna plug that in. So there is the 2 tornado warnings. Okay, so it is confirmed, the Weather Channel has confirmed it here that there was a tornado on the ground. So this tornadic system has been on the ground moving east at 55 miles an hour. So you definitely, as we said before it even reached, as I said before it even reached Tallahassee, all of you should have been in your safe place, and I hope that everybody is safe at this point. I'm gonna stick with you through it. Here we got the two warnings that are still up in that location east of Tallahassee, moving toward Madison. So everybody east of Tallahassee, you need to be ready to get into your shelter or your safe place, as the warnings, depending on how long this tornado is going to last and be on the ground, you need to be in your safe place. You definitely need to be in someplace safe. This is a damaging tornado. So east of Tallahassee right now, we are looking at Greenville. Let's see here. We are looking at the locations going east of Tallahassee, so south of Monticello, going towards Greenville. Greenville, it's coming directly at your location, roughly just south of the location of Greenville. So you're looking basically right on the 10, on the I-10. If you are on the I-10 at this point, south of Greenville, then you need to be moving to a safe location or getting away from that situation, as it's moving directly east at Greenville towards Madison right now at roughly 55 miles an hour. So you definitely need to be in your safe locations at this point right now. I'm going to go ahead and try to plug back into the Tallahassee radar. It is still kind of showing me that space where the radar was interfering with it a little bit, but yeah, but that's okay. So I'm kind of cooperating this with the Weather Channel's radar that's here. Yeah, so there is definitely the heavy rotation in this. Okay, so it looks like all right, so Lake Lafayette is now it's now moving to the very south of Lake Lafayette, to the I-27, or to Highway 27 here, Appalachian Parkway. It's moving down Old St. Augustine Road, it looks like, down that general location in this area, moving east south of Lake Lafayette, down the 27 towards Turkey Scratch Plantation Airport, going towards Greenville. Let me bring up this other radar that I got here. Through iWeatherNet. iWeatherNet is a good program to be able to see a lot of this. Okay, I'm trying to bring up the reflectivity here, but it's not working very well. Okay, so it looks like the radar in Tallahassee may have gone down, which has happened before. It happened yesterday, a couple of times through the storms that we're moving through yesterday. So this is the general location of where we're looking at right now that we're focusing on. So moving down, going across 2197 towards Greenville here. Oh, wait. Okay, let's see. I'm going to, not that, I'm going to look at the site-specific Doppler through iWeatherNet. So it looks like, oh, okay, so in iWeatherNet, I can still use Tallahassee's. Alright, so Alright, so Tallahassee's radar is kind of interfering with this one as well. Alright, currently traveling, it looks like the main portion of it is going to be south of 27, moving east. Yeah, south of 27, moving east. It's going to be on the south portions. It's going to be passing across the south portions of Madison right now, moving across 27. It's now sort of running parallel with the south side of 27 right now. And it's moving at an average of 50 miles an hour or more, 50 to 55 miles an hour, it looks like. The winds are going to be very strong in this. It definitely seems like. So definitely, if you are in these locations anywhere south of 27 right now, all the way up to the south portion of Madison, south of the I-10 or the 10, south of the 10, but south of Madison, there you need to take cover in these areas. You need to definitely take cover right now, as this is a dangerous situation, a very dangerous situation. Going back to the weather radar through the weather channel. Towards tornado severe. So, right in this, yep, right here. Yeah, very strong rotation in this. So south of 27 here, it should be running just, it looks like just parallel with it. The first tornado warning has been canceled as it moves out of that area to the south and the eastern portion of Tallahassee as it moves out of Tallahassee, and it is proceeding east south of 27 past Lake Lafayette, moving east, heading towards Turkey Scratch Plantation Airport in Madison, heading in that direct location. At this point, Greenville, you need to start getting ready, because coming across 27 here on the south portion of 27, moving east, it is coming towards the southern portion of your location here at Greenville, south of I-10. So if this tornado warning is extended, you will be the next. You will be the next to get the warning if the National Weather Service extends the warning right now. This tornado warning is until 12:30 p.m. at this point, unless they extend it at 12:30. We still have a lot of time on it though, so we'll have to see what the National Weather Service does here. Let's see if I can get back onto, there we go. Okay, so this is the indication of the heavy rotation in this storm. So this is what we're looking at right here, and this is looks like this is where it's at right here, is right on the 259 southeast of Tallahassee. So I was kind of right about that. It is slightly moving to the southeast, but a little bit more east than it is south. So it is moving to the southeast, and it is moving at a good 55 miles an hour. The storm portion here. Well south of Lake Lafayette. So in these areas right here, heading down Tram Road and St. Mark's River, it is going to be moving east down your locations here in Tram Road, headed towards, it looks like, what is this Gamble Road? Gamble Road and 59. You all need to be in your safe place, as this is moving rather quickly. Very dangerous tornado. It looks like it's probably on the ground, more than likely. There's seems like a very strong inflow with this, and the wind shear cutting this, coming from the south here. I don't know if they're going to extend this warning right now. Turkey Scratch Plantation Airport is definitely in the warning, moving towards the intersection of 10 and 221 south of Greenville. Everybody south of Greenville and in Greenville included, if the National Weather Service extends this this tornado warning, you will be the next within the warning zone, depending on how the storm is going to progress here. So it is moving to the southeast, slightly to the southeast, but definitely more east as it's being pushed by the wind shear. Definitely more east than south. So pretty much everybody within this, and really south of this warning zone as well. You know, also looking at 19 and 221 on the south end towards Perry, towards the north side of Perry. You definitely should take precautions just in case. This curves a little bit more to the southeast, going along the north side of 27 past Perry into Live Oak. You all need to be a little bit aware and take precaution just in case. Just simply because we don't know how long this is going to continue. It could be a long track tornado. It could be, it could just last a few minutes. You never know. But it seemed like it has carried on for quite a while now. As everybody east of Tallahassee needs to be in their safe place. They need to be in their shelter or your safe tornado location right now. So the local storm report came out through the Weather Channel. Tornado confirmed at TLH Airport, damage reported. So they do have confirmed damage from the storm at the airport. This is a 10 out of 10 severity, they're calling it on the Weather Channel here. Which is, they're right. It is. It is a very severe situation right now. So we are looking at its southeastern motion east of Tallahassee, moving across 1927, 259. So right now heading down Rose Road to Tram Road. Rose Road to Tram Road. Everybody kind of east of the 259 line. Tram Road. All of you need to be, if you're in the tornado warning zone, you need to be in your shelter now. As this storm is moving very, very quickly. Still following and tracking its movement to the southeast. Okay. Still 17 minutes on the tornado warning. But if this thing doesn't dissipate and die down here, they're going to extend it. Most likely. I don't know. The only thing I can get is the velocity radar on this. I can't get the reflectivity for some reason. Let's try to look at their reflectivity. So now you can see their reflectivity. Not as accurate as the one from Tallahassee, but you can definitely see this situation that is playing out. And you can see exactly where we're looking at for the storm and this kind of southern portion of it right now that is moving towards 59, coming from the east, or yeah, coming to the east rather. Everyone south of the Turkey Scratch Plantation Airport, you need to be in your shelter now. Moving east towards the basically the entire intersection and conjunction on the highways here between 10, 221, 19, south of Greenville, headed directly towards Madison, south of Madison, the entire south area of Madison, and probably even further south than that, closer to just north of Perry, headed towards Live Oak and Lake City. I don't know if it's going to stretch that far, but that is the extended future. Looking at its southeastern movement, it's roughly southeastern movement here. I don't know if I'm going to be able to get reflectivity on this from Tallahassee. No. But let me look at the reflectivity on here through WeatherNet. iWeatherNet.com. If you guys ever want to see this for yourselves, to keep yourselves updated or whatnot, iWeatherNet.com. They have a good site where you can look at this, and it's all public record and things like that. So right now we are looking at Cody Waukesha. I'm sorry if I butcher some of these names. Waukesha, Wukina, all those areas you need to take shelter. Capitola, Lloyd, all of these locations, all the way to Drifton, Asila, headed towards Greenville. Even, I would say, Woodville, even as south as that is on the tornado warning line, I would still say to take cover in those locations, just to be on the safe side, as this is going to be whipping around a lot of possible debris, possible hail. We don't know. I don't know exactly what is going on. Perkins, you need to take cover now. It's going to be just south of you. It's still the winds are gonna be high there, still high enough to have some damage. Still high enough for all of that. So we are tracking it to the east, southeast. Still moving towards Greenville, Homestead Ridge. It's just gonna be, it looks like the worst of it is gonna be, well, you're just gonna kind of get the southern, or the northern tip of it to your direct south as it's moving southeast. So So those winds and very, very heavy rains and everything, you're all gonna get that from those locations. Everywhere from Perkins, Homestead Ridge, Lloyd Capitola, Waukena, Cody, Waukesa, Woodville. All of you need to take cover. Drifton, Lloyd Drifton, Alcila. All of you need to seek some sort of safe shelter. Okay, so the warning was modified, and I don't know why it's not updating on here, but the warning was modified. It was shortened, and it's extended in portions for Waukena, Cody, Waukesa, Drifton, Osceola, all the way almost to Greenville. Not quite to Greenville right now. It seems like it stops pretty much just east of Osceola along that highway there that's, I believe, let me see. I want to say that that's going to be 221. Oh, actually, no, it's not. It is just on the 27 line right here, uh, just east of Turkey Scratch Plantation Airport. Moving into the areas of south of Capitola, north of Woodville, and Dakota, Waukesa, and Waukena. And those locations, you need to be in cover and shelter. This tornado warning, so they took out the back half of it there. Also, there is a significant weather advisory behind this now, in this portion of the storm behind the tornado warning. So we're going to be watching this segment of the storm as well, moving up into Tallahassee. Right now, it's just a significant weather advisory for western Wakulla, southeastern Liberty, and Franklin counties until 1 p.m. And it's the line of thunderstorms that's extending from Carabel to 21 or 29 miles south of St. Port Joe. Movement was southeast at 40 miles per hour. So we're looking at winds in excess of 40, maybe of 40 miles an hour. It could be possible. Locations impacted right now for the significant weather advisories: Carabel, East Point, Apalachicola, Crawfordville, St. George Island, Franklin, Sopchoppy, Carabel Beach, East Camp, Jewel Fire Tower, Royal Bluff, Villas, 11 Miles, St. George, St. Parkadena, Beverly, Panic, man, some of these Florida words, Panacea, Poplar Camp, Smith Creek, and Medart. I'm sorry if I butchered some of those names, just trying to get the information out there. That is the long line of thunderstorms. So now you can see the modified tornado warning that was shortened. Oh, wait. I want to Tallahassee. Seems like it is not working for Tallahassee here. Okay. So it looks like it's starting to dissipate a little bit and lose a little bit of its strength. It looks like. Okay, they did. Maybe not. I was wrong. Okay, the tornado warning has been extended all the way to Madison. So we're looking all the way. This entire section right here is now in the tornado warning until 1 p.m. Everybody that is east of this location here at Waukesha, Shady Grove, Greenville, Madison. Now you can see the updated warning here, pushing all the way to Madison at this point here. I'll be able to tell you exact locations here. Osceola, get ready. Drifting, get ready. Just south of you, it's going to be coming to your locations. Waukesha, and Greenville. It is basically coming directly at you, so it looks like it's taking a little bit more of an eastern pattern at this point right now, an eastern track. I'll be able to plug this in and show you, but you know what? I'm just gonna go to the high def radar so you can see on this radar exactly what we're looking at here. This portion that is here, it would probably be at this kind of area right here, but not that it really matters. All these areas that are west of Madison, either southwest, northwest, and directly west of Madison. If you are west of Madison on the line of the I-10 anywhere, then you need to be taking shelter right now. We're talking about Greenville, primarily Osceola, Greenville, Drifton, Waukesha. It should be right on you. You should be in your shelter now, because you are going to be directly getting it in that location at this point. Right now, Greenville, need to take cover. Shady Grove, around those areas. If you are in or near those areas, anywhere around Osceola, Shady Grove, Greenville, all the way to Madison, you need to be taking cover right now. This entire storm system is moving south. Monticello, you were right on the northern edge of it. Alma, south of Alma and Asheville, moving directly at Greenville to the east, headed towards Madison. You need to be in your safe place. And I think they still say, let's see, we got 34 minutes left on the new warning. North Central Taylor County in Big Bend. Central Jefferson County, Western Madison County until 1 p.m. Now, at this point on this radar, it doesn't they're not announcing that it is on the ground. They say that this is a thunderstorm that is capable of producing a tornado at this point. So we do know that further back towards Tallahassee, we did have one on the ground for a period of time. It didn't seem like it lasted too long. So it could have dropped and it caused a little bit of damage. Obviously, that was confirmed by the Weather Channel that it did cause damage at Tallahassee Airport. It's harder to see it a little bit. Now we got to look at this down here. This is where you're getting the line of thunderstorms in the significant weather advisory back here. So there apparently was a tornado somewhere or near um, around the Tallahassee International Airport. The storm had just moved past Wakena and Waukesha. Alcilla, it's right on you right now. The north side of it, anyways. So it's stretching right now from Alcilla to just east of Waukesha, and it is moving towards Greenville. Drifting, got the north side of it here, so it's proceeding east. It's going to be proceeding east, covering pretty much from just north over the county border here of Shady Grove all the way to Greenville. And it has this curvature that's here. How this entire storm is kind of curved like this. It means that you're going to have some heavy winds ahead of the storm before it reaches you. Usually, it means that you're going to have some winds there ahead of that anytime that you're getting kind of a curvature to these storms. So that's something to be mindful of, that you need to be prepared for some of those winds that are going to come. And the best way to do that is simply to just get into a safe location and make sure that you're under cover. I'm checking the counties for the significant weather advisory behind the tornado warnings down to the southwest of where we're looking right now. Western Wakula, southeastern Liberty, and Franklin counties until 1 p.m. for the significant weather advisory, which is down here. And checking the temperatures, we're still about the same in these locations. So right now this is moving on. Okay, so the first tornado warning that was started over. Okay, so the first tornado warning has expired. This one right here at the back end of this new one has expired. That is for Jefferson, Florida. So looking for Jefferson County. You are now out of the warning zone, but now moving into where it has right here, Tallahassee. Well, this is through Tallahassee here, moving into the locations east, covering Waukesha and Wakena, Drifton, Alcilla, Greenville, and it's coming directly at Greenville and Shady Grove, headed towards Madison to the east. Lee, Lee needs to get ready back ahead of Madison, east of Madison, Shady Grove. Shady Grove is going to be passing just directly to the north of you. Thinking their Doppler may have some damage to it, possibly, in that location. Why I can't plug into it here. Not even on iWeatherNet. It might possibly be damaged in Tallahassee. Even on iWeatherNet, I have to plug into the Moody Air Force Base near Valdosta, Georgia, in the south of Georgia, southern part of Georgia. All right, Asilla, it is moving past you at this point now. Greenville, it's coming upon you. So you definitely need to make sure that you are in your safe space right now. This warning extending to Madison. Moving across the 27 currently, down the I-10. Anywhere on those roads. I hope you all are on the roads. It is moving past the airport that is there right now. Okay, so on the iWeatherNet, I'm looking at the rotation here, and when you get green and blue, I'm sorry, when you get green and red that directly meets each other, and it's pretty flush together, that means that you're getting the very heavy rotation in there. And on the iWeatherNet velocity radar, it's exactly what I'm seeing at this point, is green and red directly together. So it indicates that there is some pretty heavy rotation going on in that area. So it's something to be mindful of, that this is a serious weather situation. So Greenville, anywhere basically south of Greenville and north of Shady Grove, and even in those areas in Greenville, Alcilla, Madison. Alcilla, it's moving past you at this point right now, but headed towards Madison, anywhere east, south and east of Greenville, north and east of Shady Grove. That's what we're looking at right now. You all need to get into your shelters. You need to get into a safe place as this storm is moving ahead. So, and this is the little bit of red I think that I'm seeing on the velocity radar through iWeatherNet, but it's much more pronounced on iWeatherNet than it is on this radar. That's over here. This little bit of red. So passing by just south of Ascilla, south of Greenville, it really just on the touched nose north of Shady Grove, moving east towards Madison, towards the south end of Madison, is what we're looking at right now. Strong rotation in those areas, basically right here within the warning zone is where I'm seeing that rotation on the velocity radar in on the iWeatherNet. And then there's a lot of other, that might be the radar though, because of how far I'm stretching on that. Okay, so now, yeah, there's still some significant rotation in that on their reflectivity, or their velocity. Let's see if Tallahassee's back up at all. Yeah, no, not gonna happen. Not gonna happen. I'll stay with the Valdosta. Yeah, not gonna happen. Okay, so now we're getting this patch of red in here, indicating that rotation that I'm seeing on the, on the velocity over here at iWeatherNet. Shady Grove, it is moving southeast at your location. It is moving southeast. It may be coming directly at you. So if you were in Shady Grove, I'm sorry, yeah, it is coming, it looks like, to your location, moving east, southeast. Shady Grove, you need to be in your shelters now, into a safe place, heading towards Dowling Park. Dowling Park is a stretch ahead of this, but giving you enough time, showing what direction it's moving. This is the direction here in Florida that it is moving at. So we need to be focused on that. Everybody that is in Shady Grove or around the Shady Grove location, north of Perry, headed towards, in between Buckville and Dowling Park. You all need to be in a safe place in case the National Weather Service does extend this tornado warning. Tornado warning is valid until 1 p.m. at this point, unless they extend it. So, Shady Grove, hopefully everybody is in their shelter there. It looks like it's going to be kind of a directly over Shady Grove at this point, moving southeast. I do not have any indication that it is on the ground. There is significant weather advisories for South Georgia as well, east of Valdosta, in this region right here. And same thing, people east of Valdosta, that's where you're getting this curvature in these storms. You're going to have heavy winds ahead of this curvature of the storm moving through. This being all the torrential rainfall, you're going to have some very heavy rain in these locations. This curvature indicating some strong winds ahead of this line. You need to be ready for that. And doesn't look at this point like there's a lot of heavy rotation in those locations right now anyways. But so right now they did release a weather advisory for that location, for that area east of Valdosta, covering Lakeland, DuPont, Homerville, all the way stretching all the way to Argyle, as far north, north of Lakeland, and all the way almost south to the almost the border of the Georgia-Florida border. So the tornado right now, north central Taylor County, central Jefferson County, and western Madison County. That's what they're looking at right now for the tornado warning. All of you need to be in your shelters and be in a safe place right now. Right now, they're just saying it is a thunderstorm. Weather Channel is just saying it's a thunderstorm that's capable of producing a tornado, which is what I can see from here. But I'm not, you know what I mean, directly involved on the ground here, you know what I mean? So I don't know for a fact. I only know what the radar tells me. But the Weather Channel has said that it is a thunderstorm, a severe thunderstorm capable of producing a tornado at this point. Radar indicated rotation. That's what I'm seeing from my location here. So, so they are talking about the dangers, which if you live in these areas, you do know the dangers of tornadoes and severe thunderstorms, where you're going to get debris, you're going to get damage, very heavy winds, mobile homes will be damaged or destroyed. Tree damage is definitely likely, so you might have some trees down. This storm, they say, is going to remain mainly over rural areas. I'm not familiar with Florida. I've never been to these areas, So you guys probably know, you guys who live in Florida probably know better than I do. It's going to remain over the rural areas north central Taylor, central Jefferson, and western Madison counties, including the following locations: Idaho, Mosley, Hall, Ebb, Greenville, Lamont, Hopeville, Osceola, Cherry Lake, Caps, and Hamburg. All those areas you should be taking cover and shelter right now. They did extend a significant weather advisory ahead of this storm to the east over Live Oak. Right now sitting 9 miles west of Madison. Storm is moving approximately 45, maybe to 50 miles an hour. We are looking at possible gusts of maybe 50 to 55 miles an hour in these locations heading towards Madison. So the future weather advisory for this they just released: Live Oak, Jasper, Suwannee Springs, Suwannee River State Park, Blue Springs, Crossroads, New Bern, and Houston. You all have to be prepared for the weather advisory that's headed that way. Just north of that, near Valdosta here, they're moving with that weather advisory as that storm progresses east, kind of tracking east-northeast, heading towards just the south of Waycross. Everybody east of that line in this general area, east of Valdosta, and then heading almost to northeast just south of Waycross. All of you that live in this area need to be a little bit aware and keep your apps open and listen to the warnings for anything they may put out at this point from here. And from now, the Weather Service might put out a warning somewhere around there, sometime. Definitely pay attention to the warnings. About another 16 minutes on the warning, on the tornado warning that is over these counties. It looks like they amended the tornado warning at this point. They kind of chopped off half of it here as it moves past some of these locations towards Madison. So Taylor, Florida, Madison, Florida. It looks like it's slowing down and losing a little bit of its steam where it was moving about 50, 55 miles an hour back here west of Tallahassee. Now moving southeast. It looks like it dropped down to about 40 miles an hour, affecting Madison, Greenville, Idaho, Mosley, Hall, Ebb, Hopewell, Cherry Lake, Hamburg, Eridu, Sermons, Shady Grove, and Lake Bird. Anybody in these locations should be taking shelter just to be safe and be on the safe side here. Take shelter. So this is still the radar indicated rotation that we're seeing, which is in these dark shaded areas here. You're getting a little bit of that area of rotation. Also in these thick kind of locations here where you're getting these kind of swirls and curvy lines in these locations around in these areas. That's where we have to kind of pay attention here. So all of these people in these areas, in these counties, you need to be taking shelter and need to be knowledgeable of the Weather Service and follow their warning recommendations here. About 13 minutes is what they're saying on the tornado warning at this point. Still looking at east of Valdosta, where we are kind of looking at a little bit of rotation here. Okay, so this here is starting to, it might be because of the radar that's right here that's kind of warping it a little bit, but that might be starting to rotate a little bit, but I don't know. It might be the way I'm looking at it. One way or another, though, this is pretty thick in this line here, so you're going to get the strong winds ahead of this curvature. You're going to get some definitely some torrential rainfall that's in here. But there is some similarities with this storm that we had seen earlier with this storm down here that moved across Tallahassee. So we are looking at the possibilities for severe weather at this point. And some of these locations, east of Valdosta, moving towards Waycross. While we're tracking these storms, Live Oak is still in the significant weather advisory, which is basically a thunderstorm warning. All right, so on iWeatherNet's velocity radar, I'm still seeing over south of Greenville, over Shady Grove, I'm still seeing that heavy rotation in there. So it seems like this is a long track supercell that is rotating pretty decently. It may not, and I mean that's the funny thing about supercells. Sometimes they drop tornadoes, sometimes they don't. So but with that, you're always going to have definitely possibly some damaging winds, definitely torrential rainfall, a lot of very heavy rain, and possibly some flooding threats that come with that. So that's something that you need to be aware of, is some flooding threats and heavy rain, and even sometimes some hail can be in there. So if you're out on the roads or anything like that, in these locations around south of Greenville, north of Shady Grove, and in Shady Grove, around these areas, you need to try to get to a safe place just in case of whatever comes down. You're going to have very, very heavy rains, possibly some hail, maybe. Some things like that that could damage your vehicle, that can cause injuries. We're looking at some flooding that is possible in these areas too because of the heavy rainfall. Definitely need to get to a safe location while this is going on here. Yeah, so we're still seeing on their reflectivity this rotation that's in this portion right here. You can't see it on this velocity radar the same way that I can see it on iWeatherNets. But, okay, now, hey, look at that, it worked. So in this kind of general region, let me turn the winds off so we can kind of take a look here. So in this, yeah, so let me see here, Madison. Yeah, so this is this region of kind of lighter red right here where we're still seeing a little bit of this rotation on iWeatherNet's velocity radar, where the green is kind of still meeting it. It doesn't look as strong and as pronounced as it was earlier, but we're still seeing it there, where the green is meeting definitely with the red directly, so it's still indicating a little bit of rotation in there. That's pretty strong and isolated there in that position. But now just north of Shady Grove, tracking east-southeast. I'm assuming that we're coming up about 10 minutes from the warning expiration. I don't know what the National Weather Service is going to be doing, if they're going to extend the warning or if they're going to cancel it. I'm not sure. Still looking at possibilities in their radar up here. Let me look at Tallahassee's here. Okay, so yeah, I wasn't at Tallahassee's velocity radar here. So now I'm able to plug back into Tallahassee's Doppler radar and take a look at it there. Like I said, still just north of Shady Grove is where that is where the indication of that rotation is at, based on what their velocity radar here on iWeatherNet is showing. It's still getting a little bit of that rotation there. Like I said, it's not. It doesn't seem like it's as strong or as pronounced as it was earlier, but it's still significant enough to possibly be a threat in these locations. As far as South Georgia, all of you in Homerville, DuPont, you're getting it now, so you're going to be having some possibly some high winds, and definitely heavy rainfall is what we're looking at right now in southern Georgia, moving east-northeast at this point. Somerville, Argyle, and Waycross, all the way stretches all the way to Waycross, actually, headed towards Hoboken and Nahunta. Blackshear, you guys are on the list there too, moving east-northeast. So you're going to be getting that heavy rainfall and possibly some heavier or damaging wind gusts. Definitely a flood threat here with the torrential rainfall. So you want to be mindful of that. Please be safe out there, people. We want everybody to return home alive and safe. All right, so still looking at the velocity radar for Greenville and Shady Grove throughout Tallahassee here. Still seeing a little bit of that radar indicated rotation. Where you're getting a lot of that that stuff that's moving away from the radar in these heavier red areas. We're seeing a lot of that that kind of heavier rotation here, but it's not yeah, it seems like it's dissipating, maybe losing a little bit of its punch here as it moves across towards Madison. We are now, let me see here, we should be coming up on 5 minutes until the tornado warnings end. So we're going to have to see what the National Weather Service has in store for that, see if they extend the warning or if they're going to cancel it, which they may, you know what I mean? You never know what they're going to do, but they may, cancel the tornado warning and then continue with a severe thunderstorm warning or something similar to that nature, significant weather advisory, which all of you can actually go on the Weather Channel and type in your zip code and see these warnings and these advisories and everything for your area. I definitely advise you to do that. These radars are very good. They're very informal, and they can help a lot to kind of see what's coming towards your area. So let me check a little bit, look at the atmospherics in these areas. Yeah, so this low pressure line is going to be causing some thunderstorms. That's going to be coming up your way. Definitely into the Tallahassee region here. Oh, let me back off a little bit. Okay, so that is goofing up just a little bit. Hang on. Okay. Yeah, so we are looking, let's see here, moving east. This line of thunderstorms that's right here. This is a low system of thunderstorms that are going to be trucking east here. More than likely kind of moving across the panhandle of Florida here into Florida. So y'all have to be mindful of that. You're going to get some heavy rain, possibly some wind gusts. Definitely lightning, as you can see, lightning attributed with these storms. So you want to, take the proper precautions for these lightnings. So possibly cloud to ground lightning is definitely a possibility. Flooding, we're going to be looking at flooding possibilities. There is possibly some warnings that are going to come out from the National Weather Service about flooding problems and warnings with that. Please be safe. Yeah, so it looks like this storm system for the tornado warning is dying down a little bit. Yeah, so that's exactly what I thought that they were going to do. So for Madison, so we're looking right here. They're going to put down the severe thunderstorm warning for southeastern Madison County and Big Bend, and severe thunderstorm warning. So 9 miles southeast, or I'm sorry, southwest of Madison, moving east of 40 miles an hour. Still looking at the possibility of 60-mile-an-hour wind gusts. So this, like I said, before in some other videos and stuff that I've made before, and I've told people this before, you don't need a tornado to have damage, people. Sometimes you can just get straight line winds. Sometimes you get moderately rotating winds, that just are just blowing around, So it looks like they're going to reduce this and let the tornado watch or the tornado warning expire past this minute. We got 1 minute left on the tornado warning, so they're probably going to let it expire and continue on with the severe thunderstorm warning. But please be mindful that the heavy winds and the very heavy rains can cause some flooding. The winds can cause some damage to your homes and to your property. So please be mindful of that. Please stay safe, stay indoors, stay under shelter, so that no one gets hurt. There is still lightning that is striking with these storms as well, so please be mindful of that. And I hope that everybody who has gone through this storm system today, extending from west of Tallahassee across to Madison, I hope that if anyone did have damage, and there is no one injured or anything like that. So we're hoping for the best. I thank you all for joining me, and I wanted to keep you informed today on what was going on. But before I run off on you guys here, I just want to make sure that they cancel this tornado warning and continue with the thunderstorm warning, the severe thunderstorm warning, as it moves towards Live Oak and Lake City and Jacksonville. Yeah, they did extend the severe thunderstorm warning over Live Oak. So the thunderstorm warning continues. Northern Suwannee County and northern Florida, central Hamilton County and northern Florida. Still looking at the 60-mile-an-hour possible wind gusts, and the storm is moving east, 45 miles an hour. So it is moving rather quickly. So that's kind of the good thing. Once it gets to your location, it's not going to last very long, as it's blowing through pretty quick as it moves out towards the Atlantic. So that's a good thing. But it still can cause a significant amount of damage with the 60-mile-an-hour winds, a torrential rainfall, lots of lightning possibly. And so there is flooding threat there, as well as wind damage to homes and property. So please be safe and stay under shelter where you are not going to be injured by any of the debris that may go around. There may be some trees and limbs down, so definitely have to be mindful of that. Try not to be on the roads during all of this. So through the Weather Channel, let me see here. So severe thunderstorm warning, significant weather advisory. So they are going to, on the Weather Channel's localized radar here, they did let the tornado warning expire. So this warning is no longer in effect. This tornado warning that was for Taylor, Florida, Madison, Florida, that is expired. Now moving towards Live Oak with the severe thunderstorm warning. So it looks like the storm is kind of losing its punch quite a bit and is dissipating as it moves to the east, which is a good thing. So everybody stay safe out there, and thank you for joining me with this. And I hope everybody is okay after the storms today that transpired. Have a great day.